Welcome to this presentation on searching for information on monies and other resources for financing higher education. The nickname we'll use for this style of search is the whole hand approach for grabbing the education monies. When you go searching for school monies, use your whole hand. The sequence of this presentation is as shown. We'll start with the introduction and purpose. This presentation is part of a series on funding higher education provided by United Way of the Quad Cities area. I'm John Cook, a volunteer and FAFSA navigator. I'm going to keep this presentation moving. Please feel free at any time to pause or replay the video to review the sections that catch your interest. The purpose of this presentation is to illustrate various ways to finance an education through personal funds and seeking financing based on both need and merit. When we go searching for school monies, let's use the whole hand approach. The whole hand approach involves these 6 areas. When you need school monies, the first step is to determine what funds you already have in hand. Then start reaching and grabbing for monies based on financial need, the school, the academic major, the student's activities, organizations, and characteristics, plus the family's activities, organizations, and characteristics. Let's now look at these 6 categories in greater detail. The first step is determining what funds you already have in hand or will have in hand soon. Examples include savings, investments, and monies provided by other family members and friends. You may own or be the beneficiary of special tax-treated accounts such as state-based 529 plans, personally designed Coverdell educational accounts, plus prepaid tuition plans. Want to do more research on putting educational funds directly in your hands? Visit the websites savingforcollege.com and U.S. News' webpage on paying for college. Another website to explore is finaid.org, a nickname for financial aid. finaid.org has many resources for you to explore. At this point, I'm going to emphasize on the left the saving categories shown on the screen. Next up is need-based financing. Let's discuss what the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, does and does not do for you. The thumb in our hand represents financial need. Our first step is filling out and submitting your FAFSA, which starts your exploration on need-based support from the federal government. Support may include possible grants, loans, and work-study programs. Submitting the application may also lead to state support. Plus, it enables you to introduce yourself to the schools to which you are applying. The Federal Department of Education has an excellent website to explain all of this as shown on the screen. Federal Student Aid at studentaid.ed.gov. So the FAFSA does start your exploration for need-based financial support for your education. The application helps to answer the question, do you have a financial need? Using the FAFSA website, you are going to explore the schools to which you are applying and their costs, determine what monies you have in hand, and then estimate if you are still short the needed educational monies based upon the estimated school expenses. The FAFSA helps determine the federal level of need-based support and can provide some information on possible state support and again, introduce you to your target school's financial aid counselors, your new best friends when it comes to financing your education. What a great start! The online FAFSA for need-based research. That's the thumb in our whole hand approach. But don't stop. There's more. there are 4 fingers to go. The 4 fingers help us to explore options for merit-based research for education funding support. Let's answer different questions for merit-based funding. Who are you? What can you do? And what will you be able to do because of your education? So let's continue on with our research for merit-based educational monies and resources. First up, the schools to which you are applying and their financial aid counselors. Wait a minute. I'd be doing that anyway as part of the FAFSA process. True, but the FAFSA starts off the conversation on need-based funding. Keep going, and also ask about merit-based funding, sports and other activities, academics, organizations, and other services the school may need. What would the school need that you may offer in trade for monies and reduced expenses because of your talents and other factors beyond just need? Ask about both need and merit-based opportunities. Plus a reminder, the students and parents, new best friends, are the financial aid counselors at the schools to which you are applying. Second up, the academic major. Question: who will give me money for the subjects I am learning? Answer: professional organizations that nurture the new members of their practice or profession. Who loves pre-dental majors? The American Dental Association. Who loves welding students? The American Welding Society and welding and manufacturing unions. Who loves human resource managers? The Society for Human Resource Management. You need to reach out to your professional organizations that align to and support your major. Connect the dots. You may conduct research on the professional organizations by occupation by looking online in the Occupational Outlook Handbook, or OOH, at the website shown on the screen. Look by occupational group so that you can look up majors by occupations. Then within the occupation, look under More Information, and you will find the organization's website where you may research for scholarships and other opportunities for career information and job leads. You have discovered your initial networking leads and money for your education. Congratulations. Next up, the students' skills and abilities, organizations, and characteristics. Who will give you money based on what you do, who you belong to, and your characteristics? What you do might include sports, music, work, or volunteer work. Organizations might include such examples as Scouting, 4-H, religious denominations, military service, employers, and other membership organizations. Characteristics might be your gender or differing ability/disability. Following on with these thoughts about the student is the student's family's activities, organizations, and characteristics. Next time there is a family reunion, start asking your relatives about what they belong to or have an affiliation that might have school monies for immediate and extended family members. Ideas include, but are not limited to, credit unions, trade unions, military organizations, fraternal organizations such as Masons, Eastern Star, Knights of Columbus, Moose, Elk, Rotary, professional organizations as introduced before, social organizations, religious organizations, ethnic groups, plus employers. What connections can you make in order to connect the dots using the schools, majors, students, and your families? So there you have it, the whole hand approach. First, monies in hand. Second is the FAFSA and other financial resources that are needs-based. And continuing with various merit-based educational resources. When you grab for school monies, use your whole hand. Question: where else might I look beyond the federal FAFSA websites? First up is a repeat and relook at finaid.org from left to right. Advice on scholarships, loans, savings, and military aid. Calculators for your use. An initial scholarship search using the 5 fingers, and below left, 2 coaching tutorial pathways, left for students and right for parents. Let's peek in these pathways for a moment. The left coaching pathway is for the student. Work your way through the recommended 4 steps on your own. It's your education and you are doing the work. Do the math. Consider your options. You applying for financial aid and starting to answer your question. If it's going to be, it's up to me. The right coaching pathway is for the parent. There is advice on saving for college, approaching the schools, applying for financial aid, and starts to answering your questions. An excellent website to have in the family involves the total scope of personal finance at powerpay.org. It is free from Utah State University and the Utah Extension Service. Click on the tab on the left entitled Power Pay. Load up all your debts into the analysis matrix and it will create your personalized payoff calendar with the best way to pay off debts based upon the methods you choose. Use other scholarship search websites that are free. A thought is to ask the search question, 10 sites to kick off your scholarship search, and paying for college. Both are from the U.S. News and World Report. Let various articles guide you into the better, free scholarship search websites and more advice on paying for college. Lastly, consider on seeking advice and articles from the nonprofit professional organization of the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators, whose website address is as shown. Get advice and tips of the collective wisdom of the financial aid counselors themselves. Time to wrap up this presentation. We've presented the elements of the whole hand approach for grabbing educational monies. Monies already in hand, financial need, and the FAFSA. And then continuing with merit-based search using the school, the major, the student, and the family. You are encouraged to do the FAFSA as it will first start asking for federal need-based assistance, initially lead you to financial aid counselors at the schools to which you're applying, and gives you a completed FAFSA as everyone seems to ask for it. And then keep going. Do your research on merit-based financing at a variety of websites, plus networking with various organizations. Keep building your support network as this is a multi-school year endeavor. Displayed here are the references and referrals used in this presentation. Displayed here are some notes, plus my email address if you have questions or have a suggestion to improve this presentation. Thank you for your time and kind attention. As a United Way FAFSA navigator, it has been a pleasure to provide to you the whole hand approach for grabbing school monies.